From Ezekiel 37. The hand of the Lord came upon me, and Yahweh brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. God led me all around them. There were very many lying in the valley, and they were very dry.
Bones, bones, as far as the eye can see, bones, nothing but bones. A valley filled with bones, white bones bleached by the sun and very dry.
Here are the bones of ancient Israel, the bones of those indeed slaughtered before the advancing armies of Babylon. Here are the bones of those who died of famine or disease in the siege of Jerusalem. Here are the bones of those carried away to die in Babylon. Among them the bones of King Zedekiah. He put his eyes put out after being forced to witness the slaughter of his sons.
And here lie the bones of Israel from another time and another place. From times and places we still remember, Auschwitz, Dachau. There are the bones of 6 million Jews, and here are the bones of yet another 6 million. Gays, gypsies, the physically or mentally handicapped, voices of protest, all of them considered objectionable, expendable.
Here are the bones left behind by the Crusades, by all of humankind's crusades. And here lie the bones left behind the scourge of the Black Plague in Europe, and by all the plagues of humankind.
And these are the bones of battlegrounds whose names are still known to us. Gettysburg, Normandy, Nanking, Hiroshima, Vietnam, Central America, Rwanda, Kosovo.
Nothing but bones, the whole valley of bones, red bones.
She was young and beautiful, full of life. She was a working artist by profession, and I still have a couple of her sketches. On with her husband, she was a fine musician. Together with some other folks, we made lots of wonderful music.
With her seizures under medical control, all of life lay ahead of her. Her life lay ahead of her until that early morning when she rose while her husband was asleep, ran a tub full of water for her bath, then was suddenly, unexpectedly overcome by a seizure. She tumbled forward in the tub and drowned.
He could have been a college freshman this year. My last memory is of him sitting in his infant carrier on top of my huge desk in my campus ministry office. They had come up as a surprise to my part-time secretary and her husband, just as she was finishing up a master's program, but they received him as the gift that he was, along with some modification of their plans. I said, I would love to have you continue working here part-time if you would like, and don't worry about childcare. We have a lot of space here in the center, and we're very casual. Just bring him along.
And so he sat on my desk that day, and we conversed about the deeper things of the universe, while his mom quickly ran for some materials to the printer. The next morning, on Monday, Thursday, the tragic phone call came. We had to rush him to the hospital early this morning. He won't be coming home again, ever.
Coffins for infants. Nothing in all the world seems as light as a baby's casket. It is as if it could lift up and float away in the slightest breeze.
Her lives were bound together for 24 years. I'm sure I have interpreted many mannerisms, companionship, and tender heart, and very likely some fears. Lived long enough to meet the one I would marry, but died before the wedding took place. Would never know grandsons, not even as children.
So tiny, so very tiny. We would have named... No, I better not go there.
She was 7 years older than me, so growing up as a child, we were never really companions. We grew close after we both became adults. Her first love was church music, which began in 7th grade when she started accompanying the liturgy and hymns on a piano in our family's country church in rural Iowa. She went to Valparaiso University for a year and studied organ and sang in the chapel choir. Over the decades, separated by distance, we kept in touch mostly over the telephone. Always, perhaps, after first exchanging stories about relatives, our conversation turned to church music.
When you sign up to be a pastor, there are things you don't anticipate you might be doing someday. like conducting a graveside service for your sister. There on the hillside in rural Minnesota, looking over the church she first led God's people in worship.
These three would be nurses now, if it had not been for that icy highway.
This one moved down over spring break a few years ago with his family at Cancun.
And another icy highway just a year ago.
The house fire last summer.
Born during the Second World War, he would grow up and enter the ministry as a young adult. Nearly all of his ministries would be spent on as a campus pastor, first in Omaha, then later in Valparaiso.
Oh my God, we are all bones. Nothing but bones. Dry bones. White and bleached by the sun. And very, very dry. Hear, O Israel, from the prophet Ezekiel. Thus says the Lord God, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. I am going to open your graves, and bring you up from your graves, O my people. And you shall know that I am the Lord, when I open your graves and bring you up from your graves, O my people. I will put my spirit within you, and you shall live. And I will place on you, on your own soul. Then it is that you shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken and will act. Thus says the Lord.